I think we see Willis coming out.
Johnson cuts left, now fires a three. It is good, and he's fouled!
Hey guys, welcome to Terry and Trey. We are here at open practice outside the garden. So excited!
It's lit. The fans are showing up.
The real fans. The true diehard fans are here.
But we're like an hour and a half out. I just get some tickets to some fans from Madrid, which is pretty dope. I don't know who they're here to see. Willie Hernandez is not here anymore. But still, right, it's exciting as hell though to be here finally, right after all these months. So we'll be back. We got some more stuff coming up.
Beautiful Saturday as well.
Yes. So we're waiting right now. The guys are gonna come up pretty close. So pretty excited. Anything to say?
Nice seats. We're happy. Die-hard fans here.
I can't afford these in the season, but still can't wait to see our Knicks. So we're talking about open practice, what happened today.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. No,
that's not what happened.
It was actually pretty dope. So what was cool is hanging out with the fans in front, right? You had a good time, you said, speaking to some of the fans.
Yeah, so obviously these are diehard fans, because no just regular New York Knicks. Well, these are diehard New York Knicks fans that are here to come and see these guys.
Practice.
Free game, obviously. We didn't pay for tickets, but just coming to see them practice.
Yep.
Play against each other.
So dope to see how many people show up to this, and I wonder, we were talking about this. This is not happening in other cities.
Okay.
So open practice, who really impressed you today?
Alonzo Trier.
Yeah, balling.
Showing that he was super athletic, up and down the court, lots of speed, lots of aggression. Was on the floor like 4 or 5 times, meaning like was thrown down on the floor, diving for the ball 4 or 5 times. So really was showing his athleticism.
I think his athleticism and his hunger, right? Because he's trying to make this team. Obviously, we signed him the 2-way contract when we got him undrafted. The Knicks can keep him for 45 days, so we have to decide what to do. So I don't think they're gonna cut someone right now just to make way for him when because they can keep both guys. Right. So why cut somebody if you can keep both?
And then he has to play for like 45 days.
After 45 days, the Knicks have to decide what to do. But Fizdale did say a couple of days ago he could make the actual 15-man roster, which means we would have to get rid of someone. We'll see. Obviously, Joakim Noah was up in the air there somewhere, so there's something going on there. But outside of Trier, we were loving what we saw from Noah Vonleh, someone we haven't really spoken that much about.
Yeah, strong, big guy, like a beast. He really was. And really we haven't seen him play yet, so seeing him today was great. It was great,
and he's a lot bigger and stronger than I remember from his time in Chicago or in Portland and Charlotte, I think. You could see him around the rim. He had some nice dunks, but he looks like a real presence down there. And him and Ennis both look like the real enforcers on the team. Yeah. So I could see Noah Vonleh, especially because we don't really have a legit 4 with Kristaps being out. I think
playing in that position.
Yeah, and not starting, but you never know. I could see him definitely getting a lot of minutes, and even at the 5, because he looks like someone who could just replace Cantor, like 1-for-1 swap with his size and his strength. So Vonleh looked good today. He looked like he definitely belonged, and I think he's going to be part of the rotation.
And can we talk about Mitchell Robinson and Kevin Knox? It was so great to see these rookies on the court.
Finally.
Kevin Knox scored some nice baskets.
Kevin looked good. Right. And one thing I'll say is that Kevin Knox kind of mentioned earlier in the week that he found the actual playing against real pros being a bit different from summer league. So it was great to see him now. He looks really comfortable. Fizdale even mentioned earlier this week on training camp day one that he was a bit more timid, and he did not look timid tonight or today. Kevin Knox was shooting buckets, getting a couple dunks. Mitchell looked great around the rim. Luke Cornett had a nice little alley-oop to him, and he had a couple more. Mitchell is going to be such a high-flying guy. He's going to be a problem for people.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, you saw Ennis was able to get some buckets on him because Ennis is just experienced, and that's who Ennis is. He's a tough guy. He's a veteran. Mitchell's going to have a little time to adjust to how NBA centers play. And with Mitchell, you could see a lot of the athleticism that we love, the high-flying dunks, a big block, but you also saw Cantor kind of getting his way with him a bit.
Cantor was getting his way with him. So he is going to be a flashy player, I feel like.
Yep.
And he's going to have those big moments where he's going to like dunk, he's going to block.
Garden's going to go crazy.
Yeah. But Cantor did get the better of him. So he may struggle a little bit when it comes to playing regular games.
Real pros are going to know, even though he's athletic and he has all the baby Shaq, got these shoulders, all that stuff. Real pros know how to handle guys like these.
They're going to be handling him.
So they're gonna mess with him a little bit. But, you know, I think he'll get some time in the G League, get his conditioning up, get his stamina up, and, you know, hopefully we see him shining this season. But still, you could not be more impressed. You know, we spoke about Trier before. All three rookies, man. Yeah. It's looking really good.
Also, Dotson seemed to have stepped up a little bit. I wasn't expecting to see that from him after not seeing such a great game from him during the Summer League.
Yeah, he didn't
so
look
I was kind of
like,
you know, during Summer League, and I was like, he really is going to have to step up. And what I saw today, I was impressed.
Dotson looked good. He hit a couple shots. He was rebounding well, moving the ball well. He seemed a lot more comfortable and confident. So Damian Dotson for sure. Really nice game from him. Other guys, I think one thing we'll talk about actually is the point guard battle. So we saw Moutier, Burke, and Frank. And I have to say, Moutier and Burke looked really comfortable out there. Yeah. They were flowing. They looked like they belonged.
Yep.
Burke hit like 3 threes in a row.
I feel like Burke's gonna start.
I feel like Burke's gonna be starting. Only way I think he's not starting is if Fizdale really feels like this guy, I want him to score off the bench because we don't have a lot of scoring.
Right.
So he might be like, I want Burke to run.
So strategically putting Burke as coming off the bench
after Moutier. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Frank didn't look that great today, to be honest. He had a nice jumper very early in the game, and he had a nice little pass to Mitchell. Mitchell got fouled, but he still. I
really wanted to see more from Frank.
We were kind of hoping to see
wore
his
more. Shirt today. Definitely screamed and cheered for him, but I really wanted to see. I wanted to see that progression from last year to this year.
Right.
And you know, maybe it's unfair to base that on one game.
I
don't want to do that.
Yeah.
He did work really hard this summer. Didn't go back to France, as we said bore, and
he came back early. He didn't stay long.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to see his confidence level different, and I didn't quite see that today.
100%.
But we're going to be going to the games. We're going to, you know, see what happens, and hopefully
we're going to see that. Frank is a project guy. I think he also went out early with I think he had looked like a little ankle injury or something.
Yeah.
Nothing serious, but he was limping a bit. And I think one thing with him is that he didn't get to play like a long game today, so we didn't really get into his rhythm. A nice early jumper, but you know, we'll see. I think when you look at guys like Trier, you see a big chasm between them. I want to
say this too. I feel like the European style of playing basketball is a lot more passive.
It is.
And the American style is a lot more aggressive. So I feel like with Frank, he's playing sort of a more passive, laid-back game as opposed to these young American guys that are like scrappy and like at it. And
it's a biggest adjustment.
It's different.
It's a biggest adjustment that European players have to go through. But I'm not basing Frank's performance on an open practice game where he played like 5-7 minutes. So. Yeah. On the flip side, Moutier looked good. He looked comfortable. His shot looked a little bit better. I think he could start because then Burke could come off the bench.
Okay.
But Moutier looked like he was flowing out there. He looked very comfortable. But this is so weird because Moutier is this kind of guy because he has so much natural talent. He can look really good in practice. Mm-hmm. Frank, on the other hand, is a guy who could not look good in practice, but in the game, Frank looks better. And then Moutier might be a little bit more pressed in the game. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. But I was like, I could see definitely a jump in Moutier's game watching him play today.
What do you think about Mario Hazonia?
Super Mario looked really solid out there. He was passing the ball up a lot, which I loved. He was he's not someone I'm worried about because he likes to shoot and he wants to shoot, but a couple of times he got the ball, tossed it off to his guy instead. Looked athletic, looked confident, was getting up and down the floor really well. Like everyone, we're going to talk about the athleticism in a bit on the team, just like went up a level this season. Mario looked good. I think he's going to be a breakout player. I think the Garden's going to love him. He's an exciting guy. Overall play style, one thing we really noticed was the speed.
Yeah. super fast, which we were not seeing that last year.
Oh, yeah.
So these guys were definitely getting up and down the court, which is great because whether they're scoring or not, they're going to, I think, cause trouble for some of the other teams.
They're going to cause trouble. It's a good way to get by with not as much talent,
right?
Playing hard and fast, and that's what we saw. We spoke about it all week. Fizdale wants us up and down the court, and you could see, as soon as the rebound came out, first guy gets it, go. And that's exciting to see because no matter if you win or lose, you're going to see exciting games. And I think you're going to see a lot of passing. We're going to see a team that's really sharing the ball. Cohesive unit up and down the court. So I think we were excited with the speed we saw. And above all, we're excited about KP because
he was like part of the coaching stuff. It seemed like he definitely was showing, I think, himself to be a leader.
Right, way more than me. I mean, he's always been a leader, but you could definitely see a step up with a young team.
Yeah, he was there. He was on the bench. He was talking to the guys. Moved from one side of the bench to the other side of the bench. Talk to them.
That was my favorite part. I watched Kristaps Porzingis, who skipped out of the exit meeting 2 years ago to run away to Latvia, walk from one end of the bench all the way over, make space,
the other team.
Sat next to Mitchell Robinson specifically.
Move over. So
like, Mitchell, we got to chat, and he's telling him, and to me, that's amazing. KP's an all-star, best player on the team.
Yeah.
For him, and it's not that it's unexpected, like this is what a star player should do.
But he's making an effort to talk to these young guys and definitely include them in what's going on. And he was very much a part of the plays, it seemed to me.
Yeah,
he was there. I almost wanted to see him with the
clipboard, right?
With the clipboard in his hand.
Nah, he was. I think we can only be happy with what we saw from KP today. Saw from him like he played.
Yeah.
But still, the fans, man, we were so excited to see him just in his warm-up gear. We were cheering. He's really the heart and soul of this team. I mean, Ennis is the heart and soul like now, but KP is our hope for the future and everything. I think KP is someone who this guy's gonna be a Knick legend, and I hope he just manages his injury properly, comes back well. Because him joining this group and this excitement going on now, I feel really, really good about it.
Yep.
So that's it. That's open practice. It was great to see people in person, right? And even Fizdale addressing the fans. You could see he was excited. He's like, "This is the Garden, man. We're here at the Garden." So, full speed ahead. Our first game's Monday. The preseason starting. We're gonna see real games. We're gonna be in DC. We're not gonna be in DC. We're gonna be watching the game. We spent way too much money already on the Knicks this season for us to be traveling like that. But I think we should all be excited, and now it's really to see what happens when it's like really down there. When it's really going on.
When the show is really on.
Show's on the road.